Perfect. Great. Okay, can you tell me a little bit who you live with?
I live with my two children who are 19 and 6.
Okay. And what do you like doing together?
We like to go out a lot, park, family time together at home, eat together, watch together, films.
Okay. And do you like living in your home?
I love it. It's amazing. It's a good feeling.
Okay. Can you please talk me through a typical day in your home?
Get up, clean, get the breakfast ready for the kids, for them to eat, sit down, watch TV a bit, do a bit of homework if we have any, just do things together. I mainly concentrate on the young one, and my daughter, she just very independent, she likes doing her own thing.
Okay. And what rooms do you use the most during the day?
Mainly, I'm always in here, in the living room, with Noor. Ariana maybe sometimes, but she likes to stay in my room most of the time, or the balcony.
Okay.
She likes being alone. Like my son can be too much her brother. He's very active.
And does this change during the weekends?
No, it's the same. Every day is the same. Weekends we are more home. During the week we always go out.
Okay. And is the table where you are where you normally eat your meals, or where do you eat your meals?
We try to eat meals on the table because of the furnitures. So once in a while maybe on a couch or in the balcony.
Okay.
When the weather's nice, we mainly eat in the balcony.
Okay. And in what ways has your routine changed since you moved into this house?
We never used to eat together. We never did anything together because it was very small, not enough room. My daughter stayed with her father most of the time because of the not enough having rooms. Even I had the rooms, they were so small, it was a box room. So I barely saw my daughter those times. Now that I moved here is a big difference. She's with me all the time. Yeah, we do more things together because in the other house, I didn't want to be home. We would go out in the morning, come back late at night just for sleeping. I didn't even cook. We eat most of the time out.
Okay. So the layout that you have now is comfortable for eating meals and
cooking every day healthy. It encourages me. Something that I enjoy, I love doing. I couldn't do it before, and I can do it here.
Okay. And has your daily routine changed after COVID?
Yeah, it has, because we were indoors a lot, which was affected a lot of things. My son was born to wear a mask when he was so young. I had to force mask on him those times. It was very hard. My daughter wasn't doing well in school because of COVID. Her grades, A-levels dropped. So she's retaking it now because of the COVID. It has had a big impact.
Do you feel it led you to spend more time at home?
Yes, I think I was not mentally well in our house. I didn't want to be in, and I was forced to be inside because I did suffer with lung, so I was under vulnerability, and I had to be indoors, especially with a very active child as well.
Okay.
It wasn't easy.
Yeah. And what are you looking for in a home?
Space, which I've got. Enough room, outdoor space, like a balcony. We didn't have that before. 20 years I lived in the previous house, didn't have any outdoor. Here, outdoor. Also, it's safe. Downstairs, the green area, garden area, is there's chairs, there's, table there for anyone to sit there. And safe, there's cameras, security. You wouldn't see anything happening bad. You can let your child just run around.
Did you also feel safe in your previous
I've never
flat?
taken him out, left. I would not go out there and ride around the other place. Too many cars come inside of the state, so it was just too risky.
Okay. And how did you choose this home, or how was it allocated?
I didn't choose this home. I was meant to move in 2024, but suddenly they decided to move me, saying they need to demolish my place. They want to move me more early. Just would I be okay moving temporary here or somewhere else? I said, yeah, why not? I would love to, even temporary here. My ideal home was the 3-bedroom house that I was getting built. So they said, it's still 2-bedroom, would you be okay with it? I said, yeah, we're already a 2-bedroom in another place, it's not going to make a difference. But it's the rooms are bigger, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So even though you have 2-bedroom here, you feel that the larger amount...
The size it helps a lot. The space that helps a lot, even I'm here temporary,
Okay.
it helps a lot.
And what is something that you wish you would have known about this home before moving in?
I didn't know about these homes before I moved 5 years ago. When it was first introduced to us, it wasn't 100%. But I started buying things from 5 years ago, knowing that they will demolish one day those places. So I prepared myself. I knew this was going to happen. Even though it wasn't 100%. A lot of people were against it, going to new builds. A lot of people was having, people that lived all their life in Ferrari Park. Some of them didn't want to. So, sometimes it's good to have new things, new start, leave the past, start fresh. Yeah.
So how long do you think you're going to live in this flat for?
Another 7 months, and then I'm going to across the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so if you were to kind of pick a house in the future, what criteria would you base it on?
I hope garden outdoor space is so important for your mind. It's amazing, the outdoor space. And if you don't have the outdoor space, then you're forced to come out of your house, go somewhere else, which you don't want to do that. At least you can go outdoor, front of your door, balcony or garden, which is, that's my dream. I've always dreamed of something like this. And it's finally happened.
Okay. Are you going to have a garden in your new place?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've already signed the contract and everything a year ago.
Okay, great. What do you like about this home?
The lightness is so many windows. You don't feel like you're buried in a dark, because the other place didn't have that. They had only one window, and this one's got windows all around, where it gives the light. It feels more bigger because of the windows, because of the lightness. It feels more bigger. The space of the living and kitchen, even they're together.
Is that something that you like, having an open plan space?
It's very modern. We have to accept it, modern lives. I prefer separate, big kitchen and separate living room because of the smell of the cooking. Sometimes it does go on the furnitures. I prefer, but this is good still. I'm not complaining. I'm still happy,
Did you have a separate kitchen in your previous house?
I did, but it was very small. Not 2 people can fit in there.
Okay.
They would clash. One person has to be in the kitchen basically.
Okay. And is there something that you dislike about this home?
Nothing, to be honest. I love the fact that I have hot water unlimited, because the previous one, if you are washing dishes, you haven't bathing until evening. If you haven't bath, you're not going to have hot water for next round for maybe 6-7 hours. So it was ridiculous.
Okay.
The hot water was just madness. But here is unlimited.
And do you feel the maintenance in this building is also up to your standards?
Very high standards. I feel like it's one of those hotels, they've already put pictures, arts on the wall. It feels like you're going to a 5-star hotel. And 5-star hotels are like this. Even the open plan kitchen, they all like this. Because I've stayed a lot in 5 stars and I've seen it.
Okay. So what does housing quality mean for you?
This high standard, that's how it should be.
And for you, high standards, would it be like the finishes, the design, the layout?
The layout, the design, it looks very high standard. You don't feel like this is a council house, housing association property. It does not feel like it, you know, which is good. They demolishing estates and making them into these kind of things. You value yourself more. You're saying, well, you know what, you're not different from the other people that are renting. Same property like this, my friend is renting. It's exactly the same. She pays, it's private, £2,000. And you're amazed, you have the same property and it's permanent.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good distinction then.
Yeah,
they
want you to feel that you are not less than others.
Yeah.
Which is good how they, do things now.
Yeah, completely. You had mentioned in the survey that you receive housing benefits.
I do.
What housing benefits do you receive?
Full housing benefit to pay the rent and the council tax.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does that suit your needs?
Yeah, it helps me not to stress about rents, which no one should, because you'll have anxiety if you put the think about you're gonna pay rent. You'll have anxiety because the income right now. If I was to work, I wouldn't able to. The wages weren't able to cover the rent. Kids, especially when you have kids that rely on you. So, housing benefit good.
Okay.
It helps a lot.
So you feel that your home is affordable?
If I was to work and there was a good salary, it's very affordable to pay. Like not much, 400, was it 60, something like that. It's nothing. If I was to actually work full time, it would actually pay, but still I wouldn't be able to save because there's a lot of outgoing kids and this and that. But it's affordable.
Is there anything you can't do right now in your flat because you don't have the right space or enough space?
No, I can do anything. I actually can do anything that I want. One of my passions is sewing clothes. I can even do that. I bought a sewing machine. Even the noise, no one can hear each other through the walls, which is good.
Okay, so you feel you have privacy between rooms?
I have a lot of privacy. In the previous one, you will hear the neighbour keep banging on the doors, on the wall, because my son was running too much. You can hear it.
Okay.
You can hear the conversation of someone's bloody house ring is calling. Yeah, it was that clear.
You had mentioned last week that one of the reasons you were going to be moving from a flat to a house was because this one was a bit overcrowding in terms of the bedrooms. How do you currently manage sleeping situations in your home?
Well, my daughter sleeps in my room. I sleep in my son's room. Sometimes my daughter sleeps here because the couch is quite big. It's like massive. I purposely bought a big couch just in case she doesn't want to sleep in my room. She has space here as well. So that's the arrangements.
Okay. So it kind of varies between days.
In the previous one, we slept in the living room. I had a sofa couch with my son, and my daughter was sleeping in my room. Because the other room, the additional room was a box room. There was no way. They were suffocating there. So I just used the storage.
So I can imagine your kids also perceive this to be an upgrade to their previous flat.
Very, very.
If you wanted to rearrange your home, do you think you have that the design and the layout of your home allows you to have different configurations?
It allows me to have any size of furniture I want. That's the main thing, which I'm happy. I can actually bring something that I wouldn't have to worry about if it's going to fit through the door. It's huge. Every room is huge. It will allow me to bring anything.
Okay. I can imagine you do see yourself wanting maybe more or less space in the future.
I don't really prefer more space. I prefer normal, medium. That's enough for 3 people. I don't require bigger space because more bigger, more cleaner. I have to do no cleaning. Just normal that fits all of us in. That's what I require. I don't require more than that.
Okay. And do you feel that you have enough storage here?
Storage now.
Where would you need more storage?
In the corridor, the storages are quite small.
Okay.
It should have been bigger.
Okay, so mainly to kind of store.
I've seen a one-bedroom flats, one of my neighbours. His storage is like one bloody room. Just a room. That's his storage. They're given one bedroom a huge storage. One room is just storage only. Where the washing machine is the size of a room. Mine is so small. I'm just hardly trying to close the door still. It doesn't close properly because there's so much stuff in there. But it's small.
Okay. And for example, in the bedrooms, do you feel there's enough storage?
Yeah, my bedrooms have enough. There's no built-in storage. The room's a good size, and I have enough wardrobes for it.
Okay. And for example, if you had cycles or anything, do you have any place to put them?
No, I take them straight away out. I don't leave anything in the house that needs to go out. But I prefer more storage in the kitchen, food. My food is just one cupboard. I prefer more because it's like this is boxes and stuff, cups, seasoning, pans and pots, plates. Just this one corner is just food, and look, still I need the storage. Doesn't fit. It's packed. Maybe more food storage, which I have in our 3-bedroom. It's quite big. The size of this. The kitchen is just this size, whole of this, which is massive.
Okay. So you have gone to see the other place, or have you
No,
seen
I've
it
seen the sizes. I've seen how they've done the thing. It's huge.
Okay. What makes you feel safe in your home?
Cameras, there's CCTV everywhere, which is good because you don't know what's going to happen at night when you come in. There's CCTVs, and the doors, once it closes like, you can lock it many different ways. So the door's quite, if someone kicks in, they can't break it. You feel safe. One thing that I feel a bit unsafe, the balcony. A neighbour can easily climb into my balcony, where it's attached to each other. That makes me a bit, should I leave my balcony door when I'm leaving? We had that in a meeting where everyone had some concerns because a neighbour can basically come inside of your house.
And did they give you any suggestions, or will they?
No, it's just how it's built. You have to accept it, but I'm still a bit unsteady about leaving my front balcony door open when I'm leaving. Okay. I would love to leave it open for fresh air when I come, but my mind is, I don't know them very well. It's not like people from the Florida Park in this building, they're not. It's a mix of people all around coming into this building.
Do you have any interactions with any neighbours in this building?
I do, or one on the 2nd floor, and other buildings, but not only one in this floor. Like, not in this floor. I don't know the ones here, but on the 2nd floor I do.
Did you feel you had a better relationship with your neighbours in your prior flat?
No, I've had the same neighbour that was living opposite me for 20 years. He's on the 2nd floor. So we've been neighbours for nearly 20 years. So we have that close, he brings me food, I take him food. So with the other neighbours, we clashed a lot because of the noise. My son, they're old, they want to run, they don't want to hear someone running upstairs. And you can't make your child like a robot sit, especially a child that's got hyper ADHD.
Is that something that's important to you, to know your neighbours and interact with them?
I'm very involved in the community. Anything's happening in the community, I'm always involved. I know a lot of the people that lived in Florida Park, but being close with them too, no. But it's only been this 3 years since COVID I've been more involved in the community. Before I didn't. A neighbour would be living next to me for 20 years I didn't even know about. Or underneath me. You know, it's just no one really likes to talk to each other in Friday Park. The last 3 years, everyone started to talk to each other, get involved with each other in the community.
And where do those interactions normally happen? Like in the hallway, in the meetings, in the
Community
shift?
centre.
Okay.
The Catalyst Community Centre over here. I think they call it Peabody now. The name has changed.
How often is the community centre used?
There's always, especially in summer holidays, they do more. But it's open always. There's always something happening there. It could be sewing classes. They're always making parties for the community. When something happens, they like to make parties. Everyone comes. Yeah, there's always something new is happening there.
And what's something that you dislike about your neighborhood or your community?
Right now or before?
Either.
Some people's minds hasn't changed. They're still living like, I mean, I see how they treat the building, some of them. It's not nice. They still think that they're living in the, you know, that mindset. They should be, be more cleaner, you know, treating where we live more cleaner. I've seen the neighbours put rubbishes out, which is not allowed. It's against a contract. You're not allowed to put your rubbish outside of your door. You have to take it downstairs or leave it indoors until you take it outside. They leave outside, obviously it's carpet, it dribbles out. As you can see, there's a lot of stains. I have complained, you know, not to the neighbour, to the housing. This is in our contract saying we're not allowed to put it, but the carpet's completely damaged. Yeah.
Is there anything that you think could make your home or like your neighborhood better?
Restrictions, a bit more strict, how people should treat not indoor, no one cares what you do indoors, but outdoor of your space, because it's for everybody.
Yeah.
More restrict on their rules.
Yeah.
Like people that have pets, they leave dog's waste around here. You know, I've always been against it because my son runs around. He ends up stepping on one of them. But some people just don't change, like I said to you.
Yeah. What does flexibility mean to you?
Something that flexible for me, that goes with what I think is more flexible.
If you had the opportunity, for example, to change any aspects or spaces to better meet your needs, what would you change?
Indoors, outdoors?
Both?
There's more space in the kitchen, if I can change. That would be one of them, just in the kitchen. Because I do cook a lot, so I need a lot of food area to put my food. I've got American fridge because I do cook a lot on my fridge pack because, you know, the space I need. And outdoor, I don't think animals should be allowed. They're cute, but if you're not going to look after your animals properly, don't have any animals. I would, if I was to change, I would say no animals.
And how do you feel your home impacts your well-being and your health?
Look positive. This home, you want to even open a business, you want to become self-employed, you want to, you know, your mindset is like going positive, you want to do something, you don't want to sit at home, just let the clock tick and wait for your death to come about. No, you want to go and do something, you know, you feel so positive about your life, just it's on a straight path. You are not going right or left, it's just straight. Your mindset is more positive. You want to do something in your life. You know, I don't think I want to work for anybody, but I would like to open a business of my own. Hopefully after September, I want to get into that.
Okay.
Because my first priority was have a home that was in a good environment and good for me, and mentally and physically for my children, and then I can then focus on employment, which is more positive. Yeah.
And how do you feel that your home has impacted the well-being and health of your children?
100%. 100%. It's affected them positivity, nothing else like. Because previous house we barely was at home, just for sleeping. Imagine that you want to run away from your home. You don't feel like that's your home. Here you feel like you want to come home. You want to run. You feel like you're in a hotel, you know. That's how the difference, so much positivity. I'm constantly home now. Before I wasn't.
That's really good. So do you feel in the future that you will have your own garden or your own yard? Do you still think that you will use the communal areas?
Yeah, well, of course. My son loves to run around with the scooter and bike. Yeah. The garden is not going to be that big for a scooter and a bike for him to play in. So obviously there's a community area for him to run up and down, which is safe as well, because not public can't come in. It's, you know, it's restrict for the public. There's gates. So yeah, yes, the outdoor space is good as well, the community area.
And do you think that outdoor space is well maintained, other than the dog?
Well maintained, yeah. It's I see fruit trees now. They've planted fruit, vegetables, and this and that. I'm like, oh, it's going far. It's good.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit? You mentioned that your neighbor downstairs and your friends, they have a similar flat to this.
They have a 1-bedroom, open plan kitchen. Yeah.
Do you feel that yours has any unique features?
My unique feature is mine is bigger.
Okay.
That's the difference. And I've got extra rooms, but my living room is bigger than theirs, and the balcony is bigger as well a little bit.
Okay. And do you feel that your home is a typical home?
No, it's very high modern. It's not. I wouldn't call this typical home. It's a very high standard.
Okay. And since you've moved here in the past, have you had any maintenance issues or repairs that you've had to deal with?
No, I've never called for repairs. Another place I was constantly on the phone complaint department. This one, no. Everything works. Hot water, like everything works in that house. There's nothing to complain about.
You had mentioned in the survey that you felt that your home was overcrowded. Do you feel your current home is overcrowded?
Previous one. This one, we're managing. It's manageable. The other one, very overcrowded. But this one, we manage.
Okay.
We're doing quite well right now. So.
How do you measure overcrowding, or what for you is overcrowding?
When a kid doesn't have their own bedroom and they sleep with you, it can be a bit over. You don't have privacy. Like, I'm single, I can't have privacy to, you bring a relationship, because where would I sleep with the guy? Where would we, my child sleeps with me. So that's what I mean overcrowding. It can, right now we manage because I'm single, but if I wasn't single, it'd be a bit complicated.
Okay. And how do you define affordability?
Some of the bills are concerning here. What we didn't have before is a big change. I'm trying to be positive about it, even as it has a negative, just the bills. But I'm still trying to be positive about it, even as negative. Like the electricity, I'm managing on a direct debit every month. I don't know, 60, 70 pounds every month seems to be different. Compared to the other place, it was like 300 a month. I don't know why it was more expensive than my previous one. But there's something else here that concerns, is the hot water and heat. We have to, it's called Curve. We have to pay that as well. That's like, I don't know, that's like 200, 250 a month. That's like, what is this? Everyone's complaining about it. It's not just me. We had a meeting about this basically about 3 weeks ago. So everyone has big concerns regarding this Curve extras like hot water and heat.
Okay, so even though you feel your home is affordable in terms of rent, you don't feel it's affordable in terms of bills?
We don't know what that Curve is. It's quite negative. I'm trying not to think about it, to have any panic attack about it, anxiety. I'm trying to go and see where it goes every month. I heard there's some government funding coming towards it in August, I was told, so they're going to be helping towards this Curve. Just waiting, the last meeting, that's what it was about, because it's quite a lot, and yeah, if you don't pay it, you don't get hot water. It's one of those pay as you go.
Okay, and it's not only from your flat, it's...
Everyone is complaining, like, there's no point me complaining because everyone is complaining already. Everyone is concerned. It's a big concern.
How long have the complaints been going on?
Since everyone moved in March.
And what do you define as a decent home standard?
This is very decent. You can't get better than this. This is decent. This is how it should be, all homes.
So like spacious, airy.
I've seen a lot of homes in my life. Not that I've lived in. I used to work in a estate agency, so I come across a lot of properties in rentals, and this is what you call decent. I've seen dogs wouldn't live there and they rented it out. This is decent. 100 times. This is what you call decent.
Okay, that's quite interesting. So you have quite a few homes to compare this one to.
I worked 10 years in a estate agency, so I've seen many properties, and this is 100% decent.
So it's also about, you mentioned also about the finishing of the...
Yeah. The finishing touch is like, is done in a high standard. Like when I see properties like this, we would say it's very high classy and high standard, and you know, for professionals that can afford these kind of, this is very high standard. This is, I would call this very high standard compared to other properties I've seen, normal properties.
And you mentioned that you weren't that used to open plan living. Are there any other aspects of your flat that have been different to what you were accustomed to? Open plan, I always saw it as a very modern, high standard. I was not used to it, but now that I'm in it, I've just got used to it. Because in having a small kitchen and cooking, you struggle to breathe in it, because you know the windows are small. In the previous, when you're cooking and you have to close the door, you're suffocating yourself in that thing. I had come across nearly fainting a few times because of the size of then you're cooking and the smell. Here, you get to open your balcony door or the windows. You've got that big space. I've adjusted myself to this space, which is good. Is your new house gonna have open plan kitchen or
No.
closed, separate?
Separate.
Okay, and that was something that was important to you.
It was very important for me, but it's because two of my kids are different sex. So because when it's a big property, always kitchens are separate. Usually 2 bedrooms usually comes like this, but 3 bedrooms are always kitchens are separate because of the size of the property.
Okay. And So a few questions from these past days. Have the last days changed how you view your home after wearing the trackers?
I try to stay in one room more longer because of the tracker because I'm always everywhere. You know, I'm always moving around, organizing. I still have a lot organizing to do. Even I moved here about since April, first day of April, something. I still haven't unpacked a lot of stuff still, like clothes, there's stuff mixed. So I'm slowly trying to still every day do something. Yeah.
Did it make you more aware of your routine?
Yeah, every day I get up, I'm doing something, like unpacking something and dealing with that, you know. Every day is a different routine. Since having a tracker, I try to be more, you know, stay in one room longer. But I was doing quite well, but my other kids, one of them there, is, you know, trying to get them together is hard. Keeping reminding them of the tracker.
So you feel your flat has enough space to move around freely?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good that they don't have, you know, they're not in one room, which is they're stuck. It's good they're constantly moving. I mean, it's good for exercise for them as well.